Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a more formal educational type video. This is new for me on this channel. I've mostly done vlog style content, but I am interested in teaching and I may pursue that sometime down the road, and I thought it would be really fun to share with you some of the things that I've learned along my art journey and may also be useful for you on yours. My name is Emma Gillette. I am a full-time freelance illustrator represented by the agency Shannon Associates. I graduated with my BFA in animation in 2017 and have been working in adolescent and children's literature for the past 4 years now. And while I'm really grateful for my education, I am a strong believer that it is not necessary to become a great artist or even a professional artist. However, I did pick up a few tips and exercises during my education that really helped me grow as an artist and are still things that I use today as a professional artist that I'd like to share with you today. They are really simple and effective exercises that if you do over a period of time will drastically improve the quality of your art. So whether you're bettering your skills for personal or professional reasons, I hope that these will be helpful to you and that you can include in your personal toolbox. The first exercise is to keep a sketchbook. Now before you click away and say, well, duh, hear me out. When you think of a sketchbook, are you thinking of that really nice one that you got for Christmas or picked up at an art store that has really fine quality paper and is really intimidating to fill because you don't want to mess up those beautiful pages? Opening it fills you with dread and you're just afraid to even put pen on paper for fear of messing up. When I say that I want you to keep a sketchbook, I mean that I want you to keep a dumpster for all of your ideas. It needs to be the place where all of your bad ideas go. My professors in college used to say that we each have 2,000 bad drawings in us before we get to our good drawings. So your sketchbook is the perfect place for you to get those 2,000 bad drawings out first. If you're using your sketchbook right, it should be filled with all kinds of different sketches and loose drawings like gestures and poses for character ideas, ideas for character designs, thumbnails for pieces that you want to do later on. It can be filled with drawings of the tree outside your window, your friends and family hanging out on the couch together. It can be even as simple as the lunch that you're eating. It can be any drawing. It can be quick and simple, no pressure, guilt-free drawing that you can do in your sketchbook. There should be no pressure for you to make your sketchbook portfolio ready or perfect or beautiful, Instagram shareable. This needs to be your private space that's, again, guilt-free, pressure-free to work out all the kinks in your drawing and your ideas, and also to help tune your hand to your brain. If a formal sketchbook is too scary for you still, try using a clipboard with some printer paper. That may feel less formal or intense or scary for you if it's just paper that you pulled out of your printer. I ended up using the clipboard strategy in the last couple of years of college, and I found that that was really helpful for me to take off that pressure. The most intense growth I've found in my own skills as an artist was when I was filling at least 5 pages a day of sketchbook. So take it with you everywhere. Bring it with you to the park, to a friend's house. Try to see if you can fill up 1 or 2 sketchbooks in a month. I bet by the end of that month, you will not only see a huge increase in your confidence as an artist, but also in the quality of the pieces that you're doing outside of the sketchbook. My second tip for you is to get into life drawing, with an emphasis on figure drawing. Life drawing is when you draw anything that is physically in front of you. That can be your friends at a park, animals at a zoo, or even a tree outside of your window. Figure drawing is when you actually go to a studio setting that has a nude model that you draw in person for anywhere from 3 seconds to 3 hours. The reason this is one of my top tips for you is because this is a very critical exercise that helps teach your hand to work in cooperation with your brain. It helps you analyze objects and shapes and to accurately put them to paper. When you draw from life, you are supposed to abandon your shorthands and draw exactly what you see. Here's an activity you can do that will easily explain what a shorthand is. So grab some paper. I have my paper on a clipboard, got a pencil, and I want you to draw a girl with curly hair. It can be a quick drawing, doesn't have to be beautiful or anything, just go do it. You can draw with me. Okay, so here's my drawing. So it's not a beautiful drawing by any means, but when I mean shorthand, let's look at this character's nose. So that's not a real nose, it's just lines on paper. However, us as intelligent human beings have put meaning to this line to represent a nose. Same as these round markings here for eyes, or these curly Q lines that I've used to represent curly hair. So that is what a shorthand is. It's very recognizable markings on a paper that we have put meaning to mean any kind of object, whether that's an eye, a nose, fingers, whatever it is that you're drawing. The reason that you don't want to use shorthands when you're drawing from life is because it limits you from actually looking at the subject that you're drawing, and instead of trying to analyze it and perfectly capture what it is that you're trying to draw. If I were trying to draw Connor and I was using shorthands, it would prevent me from actually capturing his likeness, because I would just be using whatever cataloged shorthand I have in my brain for a nose, instead of analyzing and looking at his nose and drawing whatever shapes I'm seeing there. So instead of using a shorthand, I should carefully look at whatever I'm drawing, in this case it's Connor, and draw what I see exactly. This is why figure drawing is especially helpful in improving art skills, because believe it or not, learning to accurately draw the human figure improves your ability to draw all sorts of things, whether it be landscapes, animals, or even buildings. I could do a whole video explaining to you why figure drawing is one of the best things you can do for drastically improving your art skills. It teaches you how to break things down into simple shapes and how to build off of those simple structures. It teaches balance, proportion, and rhythm, and how to use value and line to express weight and depth. You learn about action and motion and how to express movement in a still image. I'm basically writing a love letter to figure drawing at this point, but it's because I truly believe that anyone who can master drawing the human figure is capable of drawing pretty much any other subject that they want to. It's that effective. If you want a really fantastic book that teaches about figure drawing, I really recommend Robert Barrett's Life Drawing. It teaches you all the fundamentals of figure drawing, why it's so great, and also all the materials that you'll need to do it. I'll link it below, so you should definitely check it out. It's one of my favorite educational art books ever. So yeah, figure drawing is absolutely fantastic, and so is drawing from life. Both are most effective if you can actually do it in person, but sometimes it isn't possible to actually get in person, and so drawing from a photo can also be quite effective. And if getting to an actual figure drawing studio isn't an option for you, I will be linking below a couple websites that are a great resource. One is called Line of Action and the other is called Quick Poses. Both are online databases that have hundreds of photos of models for you to draw in various poses. You can choose the gender, whether you want them clothed or not. You can even change the duration of the pose. So you can practice doing gesture drawing, really quick ones, or you can practice more sustained poses and choose even an hour to 3 hours long. These will also be linked in the description. My third and last tip for you is to do emulations of the masters of whatever kind of art that you're trying to improve in. Emulation is very similar to master copying. Maybe you've heard of master copies before. It's when you try to completely replicate a piece from a master of whatever kind of art that you're trying to get better in, whether that's J.C. Leyendecker for portraiture illustration, or Mike Mignola for very graphic comic book style. Typically it's a master, but it really doesn't matter. It can be any artist that you really like and would like to learn from. The difference between emulation and master copies is when you do an emulation, you do a lot of mini little master copies before you then try to make your own piece that if at the end of it you were to put 4 pieces of the artist you were emulating, and then you were to slip yours somewhere in the mix, that if you showed it to some random observer, they would not be able to tell that yours is not done by the master. When I say mini master copies, you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours doing really meticulously done master copies. You might instead do some quick sketches. With one sketch, you're really focusing on how does that artist handle hands, or how does that artist handle noses. You're really trying to get in the mind of that artist and learn how that artist takes an approach to every kind of thing that you might draw in your piece. Hair, line weight, shape, composition even. You're really trying to figure out how that artist works and thinks. You just want to make sure that you know that artist inside and out, so that when you do your piece, and this is completely your own piece, your own composition, your own ideas, that you can make it look exactly like that artist did it. This is a great way to learn from the masters, because as you do more emulations, you will be adding to your personal catalog of shorthands and methods for doing line work and composition from these artists. You want to have a huge catalog in your brain to pull from. You don't want to get stuck in a rut and draw noses the same way over and over again. You don't want to be doing the same compositions over and over again. So this is a really awesome way for you to learn and take from those amazing artists. So that's it. Those are my 3 tips or exercises that you can do to improve your art. I will say that this is not an instant fix, but I do promise that if you do these 3 things consistently over a few months, you will see results. And I would love to see your guys' progress as you're working on them. If you post them on Instagram, tag me in them. I'd love to see what you do. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I usually do vlog style content and draw with me's, but if this kind of informational style of video is something that you really liked, comment below with whatever other kinds of things you'd like me to talk about or share from my personal experience going to art school or even just working in the professional illustration industry. And with that, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!